back to another episode of the Unposted Thoughts podcast. I am your host, Adrian. Today's episode is super special. I have my wife helping me co host today, and we're going to pretty much talk about her pregnancy, our labor and delivery experience, well, more so hers, I want to say, and how it's going for us being first time parents. So, without further ado, I'm going to let Ariany just introduce herself and we'll get started with today's episode.
Hello, guys. My name is Ariany. Our baby just turned 4 months a couple of days ago, and we just wanted to talk about pregnancy, labor and delivery. My voice is so shaky.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're nervous. But so she doesn't do this like we do this. So just bear with us, guys.
Very awkward for me.
But as far as pregnancy, I mean, it was her experience entirely, but I was, there with her by her side every night, and I do know it was not a good experience,
No.
at least for you. I know that.
It was honestly really bad. My first trimester, I was sick every day. I didn't start gaining weight until I was about 5 to 6 months pregnant. So everything I would eat, I would just throw up.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was really bad. Literally so bad. The only thing I could eat was Wendy's.
I remember that. What about like when did you get cholestasis during?
Okay, so first trimester, I was really sick. I hated it. Second trimester, I was still sick, but then towards the end of the second trimester, I got depressed. And then the third trimester, I was fine, but then out of nowhere, I got cholestasis, which is when you get really itchy and it has something to do with your liver. So I had to get induced at 36 weeks, and that was really bad too. I got it
Yeah.
like 2 weeks before I gave birth, and it was the worst.
Yeah, I
thing ever.
remember. Well, like from what I remember, she would wake up with like hives, rashes all over her body.
Well, that was something else. But cholestasis, you don't really get rashes. You just itch like everywhere. Usually it starts with your palms and then your feet, but mine was everywhere. Like every inch of my body was itchy. They gave me medication that didn't work, so that's why I got induced at exactly 36.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember we were super scared, like when we went to the ER.
Yeah, it was really scary just because I don't know if anyone out there has cholestasis, but nurses and doctors don't really take you that serious because it's not something a lot of people have. But I had it, and it's really scary because your baby can literally die in
Yeah.
like a matter of days. So
Yeah, thank God our baby is fine, but I know that sucks. Like, I mean, I was there with you when like you would, go to the doctor and they would just like send you home
yeah,
until the one day that we went to the ER and then it was like, okay, you're gonna stay, we're gonna induce you.
yeah.
And do you want to talk about like pushing her out or
Oh yeah.
yeah.
um. Well, yeah, I got induced at 36 weeks. I was ready to get her out. I mean, I had cholestasis and it was really bad. I would not sleep at all. Literally, I was like dying. Like it felt like I just wanted to get out of my own body. Like I would scratch myself to the point where I was bleeding
So you were
everywhere.
like pretty much miserable.
I was miserable, miserable, miserable.
Yeah,
So
I
I just
remember.
wanted her out of me because that's the only cure for cholestasis. You pretty much just have to push the baby out and have them out of you.
So how was pushing her out like for you? Because I know for like we were both there obviously, but like it was quick.
So since I got induced, I didn't get Pitocin. I got something else. It's like a little pill that they give you to contract for your uterus to contract, I think. And their plan was to give me 2 rounds of those pills and then do Pitocin. Um, so they said it would take like, I got there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they said she would probably be born until like the next
The
day.
next day.
But they gave me the little pill And right away, I was like, is this normal? Like, why am I feeling like this? Like, it hurts so bad already. And the nurses were like, I mean, you were barely like 1 centimeter. It's going to take some time. If you want the epidural, we have to ask if it's okay. And I was like, no, I can do this. Like, I mean, if I'm just 1 centimeter,
Yeah,
what's the
I
point?
remember you waited till the very end to get the
I
epidural.
waited because I didn't know. When they had just checked me, I was 1 centimeter and I was dying. I couldn't even eat. He brought me food and I was literally like, you can't breathe. They keep telling you, focus on your breathing, but you literally like in so much pain, you're just like, literally like in the movies, like, and I was like, Adrian, I can't do this. I literally, it just feels like you're dying. Like,
Yeah.
you feel like you just want to push. So finally, I told the nurse, I was like, yeah, I don't know, like, I it just hurts so bad. She said, okay, let me check how dilated you are. She checked me and she's like, oh my God, you're 6 centimeters.
Yeah.
And that was only like 4 hours in. And I was like, what? Give me that girl right now.
So I remember you had her the same night, even though they
Yeah,
said, "Oh, we'll try to have her tomorrow."
yeah,
So everything happened pretty quick. And then as far as like you actually pushing,
that was really
from what
fast.
I remember, obviously I'm sure you see it different because you were the one pushing, but I feel like it was like quick.
Everything was so fast. I got there at 2. I had her at 9. So, um, and then I was about to have her even before the doctor showed up because the nurse was like, the baby's like
Yeah,
right there. Her
you were
head
like
is literally,
crowning, or I
yeah.
don't know if that's what they call it.
And she was like, I could deliver your baby, but let's just wait on the doctor. And I mean, I had already got the epidural, so I didn't feel anything. I just felt pressure, but I didn't feel like the urge to push right then and there until the doctor did get there, and then I pushed for about 30 minutes and then she was out. And it was the best thing
It
ever.
was a super emotional moment,
It was just us two in the room, by the way. I didn't want anyone else
like
in the room because I
family,
think
or
that's like, personally, I think that's really weird.
well, it's
Um,
like a very private moment. I know like a lot of couples have like mom parents on both sides.
Family, sisters,
Yeah.
uncles,
It was just
grandmas.
literally me and my wife, and from what I remember, like it's like time stopped.
Yeah.
Literally, like times like
Ugh.
froze, and
Yeah.
like we were just focused on this like baby,
Yeah.
and like we couldn't
I
stop
want to cry.
focusing on her, and like immediately, literally time froze, I froze, but like tears just came running down my eyes, which is something I've like never ever felt that. I can't even, it's not even sadness, it's not even like excitement, it's just a feeling that you can't even
You just
describe.
can't explain it. Like, it's literally the best feeling in the world. Like, as soon as they're telling you the baby's coming, just push one more time. And I was just crying because I'm like, finally, she's coming out. But they put her on my chest, and I was like, oh my God, like, she's crying. And it
Yeah.
was just the best thing ever. Best
Yeah.
thing ever.
So would you say that like you pushing her out was like relief from, well, yeah, right, from everything else?
Um,
Well, like from the pregnancy,
it,
from the itchiness, from all of that.
yeah, from everything. Yes.
Because like when we came home, you didn't really struggle. I don't.
I didn't struggle at all, which is
Yeah.
scary because people kept telling me like, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't. And I was just like walking around like
You
nothing.
like, weren't you like cleaning the house like
I was
2 or 3 days
literally,
after?
I cleaned as soon as I got back from the hospital,
Yeah.
which was like 3 days after giving birth. And I was just, obviously, I was walking really slow because since I gave birth like naturally, it did hurt. And you do have to walk slow. So, but I was still cleaning.
Yeah. I remember
I
your mom got
didn't
so
stop.
mad that you were like cleaning. And like I was
I love
telling her
cleaning.
stuff like dude, lay
I
down.
have to clean. If not, I go crazy. But yeah. I mean, thankfully, I was fine. But do not recommend doing
Doing
not
what?
at three
Like,
days.
oh, cleaning.
Cleaning.
Oh, I thought you meant like getting pregnant.
No, no. I recommend that
So
if you're
how like
mentally okay.
do you think how do you think like us having her has changed you individually and then like our dynamic? Because I feel like we've changed a lot.
I think
Like, I've always loved you in, like, in so many ways, but, like, I love you and I love her. So it's, like, multiplied. I don't know. It's just,
yeah, he tells me every day. I'm like, what?
it's
How
so
could you love
crazy.
me
Yeah,
more?
like, but how do you feel that changed you individually?
I do see a change in me. I just feel like I speak up for myself a lot more just because now it's not just me. It's like I'm speaking for my baby and I don't care if I hurt anyone's feelings. Like she's my baby and my rules. And that's just how it should be. If you're a mom, like you just
Yeah, if you're a mom, you get it, I guess.
yeah,
Well,
especially a first time mom. I know people are like, oh, first time parents freak out about everything. Okay, so like nobody really taught us to be parents. Like, let us be.
yeah,
And I think we're doing an amazing job. I mean, she is chunky. I'm breastfeeding, by the way. She's healthy.
yeah,
She's beautiful. She's happy. And that's all that matters, really.
yeah. She's a very happy baby.
Yeah.
One thing that like I hate like so much. You're cold. I'm sorry. One thing I hate so much is this is like older generation like Hispanics, right? Like in our culture, it's like, oh, like you're freaking out with one kid, like I had four or five, or like,
Yeah, and I still did it.
I mean,
I'm like, okay, good for you. But it's still
it's
like one
like,
baby isn't easy still. Like,
yeah, it's not easy. It's
especially the newborn phase, you literally don't sleep at all. At
now
all.
now you're sleeping more, right? Like,
Thankfully, she does sleep for longer periods at night. I still do get up and breastfeed her maybe like 3 times, 4 times, but I sleep better.
yeah.
Thank God.
What about how do you think it's changed our dynamic? I feel like we know each other way better, which I never thought we could
I just think I don't know.
like know each other better because
I just
like,
feel like now it's like we were attached, but now it's like we're family.
well,
We're
yeah.
never letting go. Like we're just like
Yeah.
together, all of us, including Lola,
Yeah.
our dog.
So, well, I remember you hated me when you were pregnant.
Okay, yes, I did.
You remember that?
I did. Okay, so I hated everyone, but
Mainly me.
I think it was my first trimester going to my second trimester.
And
I
that's normal though, like a lot of
it's
people say.
super normal. Also, it's normal for you not to like being pregnant. It's not because you're ungrateful. It's just it's hard, and it's not the same for everyone. So, but yeah, I did dislike you a lot. I would literally just look at him and like, oh, can't stand you. Like, get away from me.
Was it because like, oh, you did this to me, or like, was it
It's just
like,
hormones.
well, yeah.
Hormones. Yeah.
Obviously, you don't feel like that now, right?
Well, no.
Like,
Sometimes.
anything. I mean, you want to talk about like us being parents, like parents, like day-to-day parenting and what all it takes because for a large part of the day, like you're she stay at home, I'm, working.
Yes.
So I miss out on a big part of the day, big chunk of the day. But even in the evening, like it's tough work. It's not just
Yeah, it's. I know you. People that don't have kids probably see other people's like Instagrams that do have kids, like, oh, like so cute,
and
or oh,
also
they seem so happy.
Instagram's not real life. Like,
It's really not. I mean, I don't post much. I don't like posting stuff. This to me is really weird, but I'm doing it anyway. Um, but it's hard. It is really, really hard. If you're not ready, do not do it. I'm not gonna say I wasn't ready. I mean, I just wasn't planning on getting pregnant. It just happened. But
yeah,
um,
we were gonna wait like three
until I'm like
years.
30, yeah,
Yeah,
like
we were
four
gonna wait.
years,
Well, I know
three,
you had
4,
said when you're 27.
yeah, like 27, 28.
So like this wasn't gonna happen, and then it just happened, and thank God it did. Like I'm grateful it did.
Yeah, I can't imagine my life being any other way.
Yeah, it
And I just
completely changed our lives.
everything happens for a reason. Now we
But
have
even like today when we were at the store, we had to like she started crying, and we like can't just
Making a
go about
scene.
our business, yeah, like shopping or whatever.
Yeah.
We have to like stop, calm down. But like us before, we would just freak out, like panic attack, and now we're like, okay, we gotta
Yeah, like,
tackle
okay,
this.
let's just calm her
So
down.
when you say like, oh, wait till you're ready, like I get it. You do have to wait till you're ready, because if this would have happened to us maybe 4 years ago,
I would not.
we would not be the parents
Like,
that we are today.
mentally, I wasn't the same as I am now. I feel like mentally we grew, obviously.
Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah. Thankfully, we have our little chunky girl.
So,
But honestly, I can go on and on and on and on about being a first-time mom and just being a mom in general. But I think that's it for
yeah,
tonight.
we'll keep it short and keep this episode. Definitely, if you guys want to know anything about my wife, comment, you can always follow the pod's Instagram. It's linked in every episode. Leave, feedback, anything you guys maybe want my wife to talk about, or if you guys even want to see her back on the pod in any way, shape, or form,
Yes.
comment. I will make it happen, just like today.
Yes, we had a little bit of time,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
But other than that, that's pretty much going to sum up our episode. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next episode.
Thank you. And if you're a mom and you're lonely, you can definitely reach out and talk to me because I'm lonely too. I have like one friend. Thank you.
She has a hotline.
Bye.
Bye.